Kansas Jayhawks wreck seasons and gear up for Colorado showdown. Now, we know Kansas, and I've said this a couple weeks ago, that Kansas is the best, worst team in college football prior to their last 2 games. Kansas was what? 1. They beat UNL. No, that's not true. They beat Lindenwood. After that, they lost every game until they beat Houston on October 19th. They beat Houston, so that made them 2. They lost to Kansas State by 2. They beat Iowa State, undefeated Iowa State, and then they just beat BYU undefeated. That's why we call them season record.
Yeah, they 3-1 the last 4 games.
Right. How does that happen against tougher opponents?
I think we thought Kansas was going to be decent this year. Like, I'm not sure what happened in the beginning of the season that we thought they was getting their QB back. They were going to be decent. Then they started stinking up the place. It looked like they putting it together at the end, just in time to see old Colorado.
Yeah, but the question is, how does that happen? Usually it goes the other way. You start off good and kind of taper off. You don't usually start off bad and just get good because injuries and all the other stuff take place. With
them ugly helmets. Them helmets ugly, man. Big
old
Jayhawk on the side. Yeah, bro. Who knows? I mean, like I said, nobody's expected them to be this bad. So for whatever reason they were derailed at the beginning of the season, maybe coach figured out a way to pull it together, man. Maybe they had one of those wanted team meetings where they get in there and
the player only meeting.
The player only meeting, yeah. What's happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. One of them old meetings.
Hey, coach.
Fans love them meetings.
Here, go ahead. Hey, coach. You know what? No disrespect, coach, but I need y'all to step out the room for a minute. I got something to say to my brothers. If y'all don't mind stepping out the room for a minute, coach, I got something I need to talk to them about.
That's how it happens.
Well, after they discuss it with the head coach first that they want to have that meeting. Hey, coach, listen, I think we should have a team meeting, but I'm gonna stand up and say I need it. But no, I'm just teasing. But no, that happens. Here's what I'll say. Like I said, they were the worst, best team ever this season. Think about this. They beat Lindenwood convincingly 48-3. They go to Illinois, who was ranked 24th. They lose to them by 6. UNLV, who was ranked 23rd, they lose to them by 3. West Virginia, lose to them by 5. TCU, 11. Arizona State, pretty decent. Lost to them by 4, who was ranked 21. Kansas, Houston, they beat them 42-14. They go to K-State. They starting to catch their stride. They go to K-State, lose by 2 points. They go to the undefeated Iowa, beat them 45-36. Undefeated BYU.
Right.
And it's back-to-back weeks. Undefeated BYU and beat them 17-13. And now they're going to the fan favorite, the Pac-12 favorite, they should be in the playoffs. I'm sorry, they should be in the Big 12 conference game, Colorado versus BYU. But Kansas comes in here, and I told them that Kansas, I thought, is scary. And they're getting ready to go to Colorado, but they're playing at Arrowhead Stadium because Kansas is having construction done on their stadium. So it's not a neutral site, but it's not home field either. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, number 17. Number 7. That's funny. They knocked off number 17 Iowa State. Now they finna take on number 17 Colorado. I think Colorado at the end may be a little too much for them. But that's gonna be a good one, dog.
It should be. So now, Chairman A, I can answer your question for the follow-up. What are you saying, Cole? You picking KU over CU? No. And I didn't pick them prior to the season. I said that CU would beat KU in this game. But Kansas, I don't know, bro. I don't know What they took a power pill, they stopped eating pasta before the game. I don't know what in the world they've done, but Kansas, like I said, can salvage the season, and they could wreck, because if Colorado loses this game, they're out. If I'm not mistaken, am I right? Yeah, they're out. Wouldn't they be out? They would be out of the conference, right? Based on, hold on, let me go to standings. All right, Big 12 standings. Yeah, Colorado has one conference loss, but that would make them 8-3. That would make them 8-3. And if Arizona State wins out, then Arizona State gets in.
Right.
Am I right? Probably so. Probably so. I think Arizona State has a better chance because Arizona State, they got basically the same schedule. But they play a Mississippi State, which is an SEC school, and beat them 30-23. They're not good, but they beat them. They did, and Arizona State will get in because they beat Kansas head to head. So yeah, so if unfortunately if Colorado drops this game, then they would be out. And I think it'd be a BYU Arizona State conference game, and then BYU. Let me see what games they have left. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? They got Arizona State. Arizona State may do some hurting, but even if they beat them, I think they would have just 2 conference losses. BYU would. And then they play Houston. So I think it'd be, if that was the case, BYU would play Arizona State. But what's your thoughts on this, the Colorado deal in regards to Kansas coming up?
First of all, Chairman $5 L coach, see you at point where teams have to worry about, see you's at the point where teams have to worry about us, not the other way around. We're the real big dogs, not straight like you heard.
So, Chairman, I hear what you're saying, and you're right. You have to have that mentality. But Kansas has nothing to lose. Even if they win this game, guess what? In the last week, shoulder pass to the left, helmets to the right. They going home.
Yeah.
They may not even make a bowl game, even with this win.
Do nothing playing sport.
Yeah. So that their big thing is to ruin your season. Like their big thing is to ruin, because they only have Baylor after this. Baylor ain't doing nothing. So if they could beat the number 16 team right now, it's 16. I don't know what they're gonna rank them on Tuesday. But Colorado has everything to lose. Kansas has nothing to lose. They have no expectations. So I get where you're coming from, Chairman A, 100% right from your side of it. But really, in essence, Colorado got everything to lose. Colorado has to worry about losing, because if not, they just going bowling, and that's it. So, yeah, to your point, I get it.
Yeah. Pressure on Colorado, actually, though.
Yeah.
That's it. Kansas is coming up with the halfback passes and the fake field goals.
Right. So he says, Alley 303, BYU lost to KU and Arizona State. In Arizona State, Colorado also have 2 losses.
BYU lost to KU.
I have to look at that again. Let me look at this.
They lose to KU and Arizona State.
BYU lost to KU. That's their one conference loss. And Arizona State.
He's saying if they do, and if they lose to Arizona State. Next.
Okay, if they lose, they will have 2 losses. That's correct. Right. That's correct. Colorado loses to KU. They will have 2 losses as well. But they would have a 3rd overall loss. That's where I think the problem lies, Ali. Is they have 2 conference losses, but Arizona State would have 2 conferences, but they would be 9-2 versus you guys would be 8-3. I hope that makes sense, because the Nebraska loss is the overall loss. I think there's the difference. I think that's the difference maker. You understand what I'm saying? So in the conference thing, you're right. But the overall, Colorado would not have 3, where Arizona State would only have 2, right? And Iowa State, if you want to know the truth. But it could be between those 2. I don't know. I mean, other people get paid to figure that out. Exactly. Overall record doesn't mean anything. Okay. Well, guess what? How about this? We just wait and see, and I'll let y'all be the expert. I don't know, bro. I don't. And I'm not trying to be funny because everybody got different rules for different things, and this is why I say if you win, get in. Call it a day. He says, no, it's only the conference. They have tiebreaker rules. Coach is wrong. What are the tiebreaker rules then? That's what I'm asking you. What are the tiebreaker rules, DeAndre? So I don't have no problem being wrong. I'm asking, educate me. What are the tiebreaker rules then? So that way we can figure out, because if let's say if Colorado does lose to BYU, to Kansas, that will make them 6-2 in the conference. Arizona wins, they're 6-2. Iowa State will be 6-2. So it's a 3-way tie there.
What is it, like strength of schedule? Like strength of the
Go
team?
look it up. Go look it up. Head-to-head matches. It's like fighting rule. It's nothing to do with overall record. All right, well, I appreciate it. I'll look it up and I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, that's what ACC is. It's kind of like strength of the schedule, strength of the teams that you've played.
Yeah, so if that's the case, Miami could win out. Clemson got one loss too, don't they, in the conference? So we ain't guaranteed to be in the conference championship? Is that what they're saying? Huh?
Clemson got what? Louisville and
Clemson got one conference.
I think things come first. Head to head come first, or something like that. Like Miami beat Louisville, Clemson lost to Louisville.
Fuck it, I give up. Arizona lost to Cincinnati. Miami's tiebreaker was Louisville. You need a damn Dakota ring to figure out who's going to win the championship.
What?
I said you need a damn Dakota ring to figure out who's going to win championships now. I don't know, bro. Here's what I do know. If you win, you should be in. How about that? I don't know, Street. So talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on this deal, man, before we wrap this up?
I mean, shit, yeah. Kansas ain't got shit to lose. Colorado balls on the line. That's when they thought it was safe, fool.
Hey, just when you thought it was safe, you end up on Hayes Street right here on the block. Huh? Somebody just dropped you off.
Somebody in our disco in the crib just said we picked the worst places to play. It's the same place.
I don't know, man. But like I say, I mean, Colorado has done a good job. They really have done a good job this season, man. You know, Coach Prime has got them rolling. They got this stuff going. They've answered some questions that a lot of people, I've had a lot of questions, a lot of things I didn't know. I was actually talking to somebody on the line today about it. You know, we didn't know what the defensive coordinator was going to bring. It was his first one. We didn't know how the transfers were going to mesh and gel together, right? We didn't know how Coach Phil Loho would being his first time being the offensive line coach. You know what I mean? So there were a lot of unknowns, man, and Colorado has answered those questions, man. They have definitely answered those questions. Like, we know who Shedeur is. We know who Travis is. We even know who LeJounte Wester was when he was at FAU. That's probably why they're losing a bunch of games now. That dude was a 1,000-yard receiver at FAU. See, people don't count into that stuff, man. Like, bro, this stuff matter.
I tell you this, man. I remember I once asked AJ, man, 9-10 state championships. We were talking about good coaching.
Snipes, AJ Snipes.
Yeah, he was like, Street, man. You know what a good coach is? Like, he said a good coach is a coach that can get his kids to buy into whatever he's selling.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't talking about scheme. He ain't talking about systems. He said, man, if you could get your kids to respond to whatever you're trying to get them to do, he said that's what a good coach is.
That's fair.
Colorado was undersized, under recruited. You know what I'm saying? They got a dog for a quarterback and some speedster little wide receivers. But I believe, man, I believe they believe in what Dion and those coaches are putting out there, man. You hear Sapp talk about the D-line, man. Like, who wouldn't love to play for Sapp? Sapp say, man, we don't even rush the quarterback till it's 14-0. He said, we just killing the run. We just killing the running backs until we get up 14. We get up 14, I let the dog go. Like who would like is this part of football? That's the part of football, you know what I'm saying, that I think we don't talk about a lot. A coach being able to just get a bunch of angry wolves, a pack of wild wolves, just to play together as a team. And then what's up on paper, size and who got recruited and who had the stars. Sometimes it don't matter, man. We can get 11 dudes swarming to a ball.
True story.
Yeah.
What it's all about. Can you get them run through a brick wall?
I don't know how far it could take you. I don't know how far to get you. You know what I'm saying? With fucking Georgia start pulling them 6'6" right guards in the playoffs. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much fight you're gonna have in you then, but it's working.
Yeah. And here's a perfect example for that. And I'm glad you brought that up about buy-in, and you said something key. It's not about scheme. You know what it is? Who's the perfect example of that right now? Army. Army out here running the wing, right? That is not today's football, right? Yeah. And they are 9-0. Now, you can say they're not playing nobody, whatever, but whoever they're playing, they're whooping them with his old school football.
I think Georgia Tech is too. I think Georgia Tech is too. I think whatever they coach selling, bro, Georgia Tech, those guys believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somehow he got convinced them that they were going to run the ball 50 times versus Miami and beat them. Somehow.
Okay, I love you, coach.
Best defensive line they faced all year, probably. Hey, man, we finna run, and they believed them.
Yeah.
Two hurt quarterbacks.
Yeah. And I'll just say this, Army, with the style of offense in which they play, I mean, I'm looking at a highlight right here. It's literally student body left, student body right. And we mashing cats. They don't even have their name on the back. That just say Army on the back of their jersey.
It say Army.
It just say Army on the back. Like, matter of fact, I want to look up the quarterback's rank stats. Because this is interesting. It's funny you say that. Bryson Daly. All right, hold up. The reason you say that, and I thought that was interesting you said that, because it is about buy-in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about what I'm about to tell you. These cats are 9-0. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Bryson Daly is 29 of 51 for 644 yards. In 9 games, Shedeur Sanders has thrown that much, 51 passes. In 1 game. This dude they've thrown the ball. Yes, they've thrown the ball 51 times. He's completed 29 of them for 56.9% rating. He has 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. They running the ball. And you know they running the ball.
Yeah.
That's nuts right here. Bro, here go the stank part. They played North Texas. He threw the ball 4 times. ECU threw it 10 times. UAB 7 times. These are amount of throws. Tulsa, 5 throws, 6 throws, 9 throws, 4 throws, 6 throws. Man, please. It's all about buy-in, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, look at Coach Mac, aka Digital Roster. What's up with you, brother? Army is going to upset Notre Dame. Listen, I might go enlist. If Army beat Notre Dame, I'm going to enlist right now. I might be too old, but I'm going to enlist. I'm gonna go try at least. If Army beat Notre Dame, I'm going to enlist.